There are going to be times on your cruise in which you have the opportunity to try something or do something for the very first time, and if you don't do them, you might end up regretting them, including all 21 things on this list. Here we go. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Cruise ships have so many cool things to do. It's certainly easy to read all about them and list them all out, but there could be things that you just don't try because you are worried that it might not be a good fit for you. Maybe you ran out of time, neglected to take the time to actually walk over there, or you were just a little too shy. There are some things that you might regret not doing on a cruise, and I got a list of 21 of them that our readers think are really worth doing at least once on any cruise. Number one is Wonderland. Now, whether you think it's whimsical or weird, Royal Caribbean's Wonderland Specialty Restaurant is certainly different. It has an Alice in Wonderland theme, which is loosely based on the story, but the food is anything but conventional, looks different, but it actually is pretty good food. So that'd be number one. Number two is the ice show. Royal Caribbean's ice skating shows are a really impressive feat of skill and poise, but it's easily overlooked because it's an ice skating show. Ordinarily, I would be caught dead going to an ice skating show, but they really do a great job with them on Royal Caribbean. Number one, they're very short. Number two, they have some really talented folks in there that put on some amazing shows. The choreography, music, and of course their abilities really stand out. Number three is the zip line. Having done the zip line on Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships, I can see why someone might sidestep a visit here. Located on the back deck of the sports court, they can develop long lines, and it's directly in the sun, and you're kind of going on a zip line over like 10 decks below you. Whatever your excuse is, I really think the zipline is worth doing. Number one, it's complimentary, unlike many other ziplines you'll find around the Caribbean. Number two, it's a lot of fun and not nearly as scary as it might look. Granted, maybe don't look down. Number four on the list is the Love and Marriage Game Show. Royal Caribbean's version of the Newlywed Game, which is known as the Love and Marriage Game Show, is a top regret among our readers because they're not sure what it is, but once they see it, it's definitely worth seeing a lot. It's a lot of fun because you have different couples up there and everyone's got different experiences and different stories to share. And depending on how awkward or weird some of these stories are, it can really be a hilarious show to enjoy. And honestly, we try to make sure we see it every single cruise. Number five, we're going to Alaska for. It's a helicopter tour. Alaska's glaciers are an incredible sight, and the best way to see them is by helicopter or seaplane. But this is a very, very pricey excursion. Usually, the price of a helicopter ride starts at $500 a person. But if you can get past the price, the access these rides give you are unparalleled. You fly up and land on a glacier and explore ice caves or take a dog sledding ride. There's just nothing like it. Number six, admittedly, I have not done yet either. I don't necessarily regret it, but maybe you will, and that is the Flow Rider. Is surfing your thing? Well, you might not know until you actually try it. The Flow Rider is a stand-up surf simulator that you can give it a try on a number of Royal Caribbean cruise ships. There's no cost to them, although there are private lessons you can take, but you really don't need them. You can just simply go out there, give it your best shot, and hopefully you don't crash too bad. Number seven, book a balcony cabin in Alaska. One of the ongoing debates is a balcony cabin worth it when you're going on an Alaska cruise? And you could save a lot of money by not booking a balcony, but if you have one, it's so convenient and such a rewarding experience. You can more easily pop out from your cabin and enjoy the beautiful scenery passing by, and it's certainly a heck of a lot easier to do that rather than getting all your stuff, going up to public deck, coming back, and then again, things like whales and different sights to be seen. It's so much more convenient when you have a balcony. So from that standpoint, you might regret not getting a balcony cabin. Number eight is another signature activity, the rock climbing wall. It is one of the best known things that Royal Caribbean is established for, and it's something I haven't to try either, quite frankly. No matter how far up the wall you make it, going up the rock wall is a good test of your own personal endurance and a fun challenge as well. We're up to number nine on the list, and that is, of course, taking it easy, because sometimes the best thing to do on a cruise is nothing at all. This sounds like a simple thing, but when you get on a cruise ship, you have this urge to go, go, go. So slowing down a bit and relaxing can be something you might regret not doing on a cruise. Getting away from it all is a major draw of really any vacation, especially a cruise. And with all the fun activities on board, it's easy to lose sight of just enjoying time away from the daily routine. Whether that comes in the form of sitting in a lounger by the pool, taking an afternoon nap, or reading a book, there's plenty of ways not to do much while on a cruise. A few people, for number 10, thought diving was a regret that they had, having never tried that, because whether you want to go scuba or struggling, it's a very popular activity for a Caribbean cruise. Royal Caribbean offers some scuba classes on board, so that way you can work towards your certification, which includes, by the way, a dive in one of the ports that your ship will be visiting. There's almost always snorkeling or other underwater excursions offered in the Caribbean ports as well, so maybe this is your opportunity to finally give that a try. Number 11 is sleeping in. I'm guilty of not getting enough sleep on a cruise, but that's because of how much fun there is to do on board. The FOMO factor, fear of missing out, is real on a cruise. You'll see a daily list of activities jam-packed with things to do, along with exciting ports and opportunities to go out with friends and family. However, taking the time to sleep in and relax is important too. It's a good idea to pick a day, set an alarm late, and embrace rolling out of your cabin well into the double-digit times. Number 12 is karaoke. Mustering the strength to stand out in front of a room full of strangers and belt out a tune is not as simple as it sounds, but there are definitely people who regret not giving karaoke a try because they would have wanted to see what it was like. You'll find karaoke on pretty much every night of your cruise, and it's a very popular activity. In fact, even if you want to try it, you'll need to act quickly because so many people do karaoke that it often fills up quickly for every session. So, if this is going to be possible to regret for you, make sure you get there early. Next on my list is the Ultimate Abyss. Royal Caribbean's signature dry slide may seem super scary, but it's actually not as bad as it sounds. The Ultimate Abyss is 10 stories long. It puts you in the dark as you descend through twists and turns while riding a mat. It's not a wet slide. On Utopia of the Seas, the Ultimate Abyss slide will be even longer and add a few tweaks. In addition to being longer, the slide on Utopia will have rollers in to bump up your speed as you go along, and a section where you can actually see the other rider. Number 14 is water slides. Many people had the water slides on the ship they were on previously as something they wish they had done. You'll find water slides on most Royal Caribbean cruise ships, and they're a lot of fun and totally free to enjoy. As you might imagine though, the lines do get long, but they're as fun as they look. So my advice for being able to do the water slides without as long of a wait is to try them on an embarkation day. Pack your swimsuit in your carry-on bag and go right when you get on the ship. We're up to number 15, and this is a quintessential cruise activity that if you don't do it, I not guarantee it, but I think you'll regret it, and that is watching the sunset. Because watching the sunset from an upper deck is a super amazing view, and I think they're just so beautiful to see. While photos usually come out really nice, they just don't do them justice here. Even in this video, you've got to see it in the real thing. They're great for selfies or to just simply take in the moment. It's one of those surreal moments to just enjoy life on a cruise ship and take it all in. Number 16 is booking a suite. Now, a few people did mention that they wish they had spent more money to book a Royal Caribbean suite. Certainly, suites are not cheap, but if you go on them, certainly they give you some extras, not only in living space, but also perks and amenities. And whether or not it makes sense for you financially is a whole different subject, but if you're teetering on the decision, should you get a suite or should you do a balcony, there's not a right or wrong answer, but some people do report that they wish they had gotten a suite. Maybe it's because the room that they selected otherwise was too small. Maybe they missed out on those perks or amenities, or perhaps it's just that they would like the better things in life. Now, certainly the perks of a suite are impressive, and it's a lovely way to spend your time while on a cruise. Between the larger living space in your cabin, the services provided, the experience will definitely spoil you. The next two things on my list here are things you can no longer do, but our readers said they really regret never trying it. Number 17, skeet shooting. Did you know in the 70s and even the 80s, you could actually shoot clay pigeons off the back of a cruise ship? That's right. They would give you a shotgun to shoot targets off the back of a ship. The practice came to an end at some point in either the 80s or 90s, but it was something you could have done back in the day. Something you could have done a lot more recently was the Skypad. The Skypad was a trampoline where guests put on a virtual reality visor to engage in a game as they jumped. Once inside, participants bounced up and down on the trampolines with the aid of bungee cords. And as you jumped in the trampoline, you jumped in the game. Similar to the Flowrider Surf Simulator that we talked about earlier, it was meant to offer somebody a gravity-defying, fun top deck experience. Number 19 is not buying the drink package. This one, I think, might be the most commonly cited thing they regret, because at the end of the day, there's so many pretty cocktails to try. You're on vacation. You think you're not going to consume that much, but once you get on board the ship, yeah, it hits you, and it certainly hits your bill. A Royal Caribbean drink package includes unlimited drinks for one flat price. And there are 3 different drink packages to cater to various tastes. And while the cost is high up front, it's truly unlimited once you get on board. Now, to save some money on your drink package, pre-purchase it before the cruise. Speaking of drinks, number 20 is certainly trying a wider variety of drinks. It's really easy to fall into the rut of ordering the same familiar drinks on any cruise, but having a list of new drinks to try can really enhance your trip. I mean, after all, if you have a drink package, well, it's all included, so you might as well give that a try. And also on top of that, it's nice to branch out a little bit. And lastly, number 21 of things you'll regret not doing on a cruise is a back-to-back cruise. What's better than going on a cruise? Well, going on 2 cruises in a row, because back-to-back cruises is something that a lot of people really relish in doing. When someone says they're doing a back-to-back, it just means they're doing multiple cruises in a row on the same ship. And having done many back-to-backs over the years, I gotta tell you, it's a fantastic feeling when everyone else is getting off the ship, they're depressed, their vacation's over, but yours is still going. It's such a cool thing. Plus, of course, your fun continues on. There you have it, 21 things you'll regret not doing on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Let me know in the comments below, which of these do you agree with? If there's anything on the list that we missed that you think everyone should not miss out on. While you're down below our video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way YouTube lets us know when we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.